Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Ha ha ha. I woke up ready to fight today, so I thought today was a perfect day to play Dragon Age. Also, it's super rainy, um, so that kind of adds, for me, the gaming kind of atmosphere that I like going on. I have no idea what I was doing. No recollection. I just noticed now that she has like a little corset thing going on. What a cutie, huh? Okay. And his armor is green. What was I doing? Oh god. Was I just exploring? I think I was just exploring. So I can't open any of these doors, I don't think. That one looks suspicious though. I think I could do something with that one later maybe? Um, anything in this corner? Hi, Sarah?
Good day.
Oh, good day. Good day. Who are you,
As
changing
there is
folk?
the one who repents, who has faith unshaken by the darkness of the world, and roasts not, nor gloats over the misfortunes of the weak, but takes delight in the Maker's.
Boasts. It's boasts, sister, not roasts.
She shall know the peace of the Maker's benediction. The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next.
Peace, sister, peace. She shall know the peace of the Maker's benediction.
The veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know no fear of death, for the Maker shall be her beacon and her shield, her foundation and her...
There's no veal in the chant. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
Veal and bacon, huh? Um, should I come back later?
I'm sorry, dear. It's nearly mealtime, but I have a few minutes I can spare.
Oh, she's hungry.
What can I do?
Okay, I got it. What are you doing? Yeah.
Praying for the good people of Denerim
Okay.
who've lost loved ones at Ostagar. It's usual to recite a stanza from Transfigurations when you pray for the departed.
It's usual to recite the stanza correctly.
But that's what...
Okay, I'm back. Alright, can you tell me about the chant?
Tell you about the chant?
Mm-hmm.
What? As if it's a cake you might buy? Well, it's done enough, but a little too much nutmeg for my taste.
Sister, instructing the ignorant is a sacred duty of the chantry.
Fine, then. What you want to know?
What is with people hating on nutmeg? I love nutmeg. It's so good. Okay. Fine then. What do you want to know? What was the verse you were trying to
It's
recite,
the
I
10th
think?
stanza from the Transfigurations. Lovely canticle, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you should have heard Brother Caedmon sing it, though.
Uh, you sing it well, I take it?
He had a voice like a bucket full of toads.
Jeez.
Revered Mother Boanne, bless her heart, always said, if we had more voices like his, the Maker couldn't fail to take note of us.
Okay, what happened to him?
It was tragic, really. Such a surprise.
We don't speak of that.
Did he croak?
He
did.
was in charge of the Lyrium storehouse.
Oh.
It wasn't good for him, you see. He took off all his clothes in the middle of the
my
chant
God.
one summer day and ran into the street. He tripped and fell into the vat of elderberry wine for the feast and drowned. We were 6 days drying him out for his cremation. He looked like a pickled egg. So tragic.
That is tragic. Jesus. Okay. Well, what does the chant say about Darkspawn?
Oh, there are some very stirring canticles about doom and wrath.
Darkspawn were created by mankind's second sin, pride. Arrogance became a great caged beast in the lands of Tevinter, an emptiness that consumed all and could never be filled. To satisfy its hunger, the mage lords assaulted the Golden City, heart of all creation, to take the Maker's power for themselves.
Why does no one ever sing the good stanzas during chantry services anymore? They speak them. It's called the chant of light, not the speech of light.
Sister, would you kindly stop messing up the chant?
See how you like being interrupted.
Well, you get the general idea, I'm sure.
Man, she's full of piss and vinegar. Does the chant mention elves?
Yes and no, dear.
The official version of the chant does not speak of the elves. Some of the dissonant verses, however, do mention the disciple Shartan.
Chartan.
He was an elven disciple of the prophet, a former slave like Andraste herself. He rallied his people against the Imperium. He was given to the flames alongside Our Lady.
Jeez, why aren't his verses an official part of the chant?
Divine Renata had the verses removed during the Exalted March on the Dales.
What are dissonant verses?
The chant has changed over time. Some of the verses that were sung in the past were taken out. The Canticles of Shartan was stricken from the chant in the Glory Age. They are no longer sung, though scholars still sometimes read them.
There's more than one version? I'm sure there is.
Of course. The official chant of light is written in Tevinter, but it is translated into the languages of the believers. Some ideas are lost in the process of translation, and words take on unintended meanings. There's a dreadful pun in the Orlesian version in the Canticle of Threnodies, and languages are always changing. The chant must adapt if it is to be understood by the people hearing it.
Such as language. Okay, well, anything over here? Got some pumpkins. Oh, I loved playing this game in the fall.
As there is but one world,
When I first
one
played it
life,
through, I did.
one death.
Oh, right.
Ooh, okay, back alley justice. Eliminate the criminals preying on innocent folk in Denram's back alleys. In these dark times, we must work together against the common threat. Sergeant Kylon has brought disturbing news that should anger all righteous people. In our own alleyways, footpads, smugglers, and miscreants lie in wait to profit from the chaos of our times. They infect us like a plague. A reward is available for any information on these lowlives. Sergeant Kylon has also offered a heavy purse for any brave souls that could best these brigands and make Denerim a safe place once again. This humble chanter is added to the reward as well. May the Maker bless all who heed this call. Sure, I will be the justice in the alleyways of Denerim. Ha 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 ha. Missing in action. Recently our hearts were lifted when many survivors of the Battle of Ostagar returned to us. Maker bless these men and women, and have mercy on those who fell defending our children from the blight. Sadly, one of these heroes has gone missing. Rexel served in Terran Logain's vanguard with distinction. Upon his return, his wife said he was prone to quiet reflection and frequented the local taverns. One afternoon, he left his home and never returned. The chanter was moved by the family's grief and is offering a pouch of coin for anyone who finds this hero. The chant says, "I'm saving one man, you'll save us all." For if each of us lends a hand to aid his neighbor, anything is possible, especially now. Okay, Faziel's request. Master Faziel of the esteemed Guild of Free Sailors, what is that, has informed this chanter that while about guild business, he was waylaid by bandits via guile and other chicanery. He lost many valuables, but in particular an antique sextant was removed forcibly from his person. The sextant is, of course, symbolic value as it belonged to the first guild master of the Free Sailors. Master Faziel described his assailants as masked of foreign descent, perhaps Drevinter or Free Marches, and unusually coordinated and crafty. He was placed a hefty sum of coin with this chanter for the return of his sextant. That is all. Logan's push. Brothers and sisters, word has arrived of an imminent conflict. Terran Logain's honored forces continue to root out threats to our nation, and their actions deserve support from the common people. While it's unusual to post troop movements to the public board, I believe it's necessary for brethren near the affected area to respect the honored tyrant by aiding his troops. Provide whatever comfort you feel they deserve, and Ferelden will be stronger for it. Treat these brave soldiers as you would treat Logain himself, and the spiritual rewards will be generous. I mean, I don't like Logain for what he did, but, like, that's shitty to leave their soldiers just, to fend for themselves, essentially. Desperate Haven. Sister Rana has heard reports of an imminent tragedy. A runner has brought me dire news of a group of refugees fleeing this darkspawn. They've been cornered in an unfamiliar ground, fighting for their lives. The Templars are necessarily occupied, and my own means are few and stretched. If someone of skill has the ability to deliver these people, I can only offer the honest gratitude myself and of the Chantry. Hopefully that will be enough for the rare person we need. I am that person. Oh, skin deep. That sounds sexy, huh? A runner sends this request from Knight Commander Thames. While the reports I have heard no doubt suffer from exaggeration, the observed creatures assaulting Redcliffe trouble me greatly. If we're to properly combat these unnatural agents and prevent their reoccurrence, the mages bound to my service will require carefully prepared samples of flesh for study. Thereafter, should a deployment occur, we will be well briefed. If there are skilled warriors present, I'd have them gather samples from any remaining creatures as close to the presumed source as possible. The Chantry will reward this basic assistance with spiritual acknowledgement. If the request is exceeded, gold will be added, but the offer is limited. Ooh, in Redcliffe you say. Suspicious. Hi. Hi.
In the name of Andraste, bride of the Maker, be welcome in this house. While the cathedral is closed, if you need to make wedding or funeral arrangements, you'll have to talk to Sister Oma.
Did someone die? I remember a funeral.
King Kalen died, remember?
He
Along
did.
with most of the army at Ostagar? Maker guide them all.
So is it closed?
That which you fear, living in the shadow of death alone, I have seen it is only a cloud passing before the sun.
The death toll at Ostagar was staggering. We've had a funeral every day for a lost son or daughter of Denerim, and we've many more yet to hold.
What's wrong with your friend? What do you mean what's wrong with him?
Are they singing the chant now?
Oh, he's forgetful.
It's a funeral, isn't it?
He should have retired to Valroyo years ago, but he wanted to stay and serve the remainder of his days in his homeland. It's the lyrium that does this.
Oh. Why doesn't he stop taking it? Because he's addicted.
He wouldn't be a Templar anymore.
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter.
He doesn't forget who he is, even if he can't remember anything else.
Okay, well, I'll come back later then.
May the light of the Maker guide your steps.
Okay, Sister Justine. Codex. Ooh, okay. Often portrayed as stoic and grim, the Order of Templars was created as a martial arm of the Chantry. Armed with the ability to dispel and resist magic in addition to their formidable combat talents, the Templars are uniquely qualified to act as both foil for apostates, mages who refuse to submit to the authority of the Circle, and a first line of defense against the dark powers of blood mages and abominations. While mages often represent the Templars as symbols of the Chantry's control over magic, the people of Thedas see them as saviors and holy warriors, champions of all that is good, armed with piety enough to protect the world from the ravages of foul magic. In reality, the Chantry's militant arm looks first for skilled warriors with unshakable faith in the Maker and a flawless moral center as a secondary concern. Shouldn't it be, the opposite? Templars must carry out their duty with an emotional distance, and the Order of Templars prefers soldiers with religious fervor and absolute loyalty over paragons of virtue who might question orders when it comes time to make difficult choices. The Templars' power derives from a substance lyrium, a mineral believed to be the raw element of creation. While mages use lyrium in their arcane spells and rituals, Templars ingest the primordial mineral to enhance their abilities to resist and dispel magic. Lyrium use is regulated by the Chantry, but some Templars suffer from lyrium addiction, the effects of which include paranoia, obsession, and dementia. Templars knowingly submit themselves to this treatment in the service of the Order and the Maker. It is this sense of ruthless piety that most frightens mages when they draw the Templars' attention. When the Templars are sent to eliminate a possible blood mage, there's no reasoning with them, and if the Templars are prepared, the mage's magic is all but useless. Driven by their faith, the Templars are one of the most feared and respected forces in Thedas. Okay. Well, there's nothing over here. So let's talk to, who? Lady? Sister Justine.
Strange that matters can be so tumultuous and yet the day
Tumultuous.
still be so bright. Oh, my pardon. Just thinking aloud. Are you here for the Chanter's Board?
Thinking aloud. Okay. Who are you?
I am Sister Justine, curator of the reliquary of this chantry. Pride again. It is hard to live up to the example of Andraste.
Uh-huh. What are you so proud of?
I have always been fascinated with history. What better place to indulge that than the birthplace of the Maker's prophet? To be the curator of this chantry and to be so young. I fight a battle with pride, and hopefully the Maker can forgive my occasional defeat.
My occasional defeat. Okay, what's a curator do? That reminds me of the, what is it, the Dark Anthropology series or whatever, like Until Dawn, stuff like that. He's a curator, right?
The archivist tends the books, and I tend the sacred relics. I also search for more to add to our collection, which is more difficult than it sounds.
There's still relics to be found? Of course there are. People are selling holy relics on the streets.
Oh, I've heard them too. A hawker on the street will claim to have an actual finger bone of Andraste. In this city alone, you could make the skeleton of 10 prophets from fingers alone. Curators often accept them as genuine. I worry about the authenticity of even our most holy artifacts.
Okay, sounds like they have good business. Why did the other people fall for it?
I've often thought of that. When I was a curator of a much smaller chantry in Orlais, I thought that false relics slipped through because of laziness. But the life of the cloth is never an easy one, and that explanation always seemed hollow to me. Now I believe it's the seduction of the divine. We all want a personal connection to the Maker. We want to believe that what we hold in our hands is the actual sandal that slipped from Andraste's foot before the fires consumed her. Faith is of the heart, not of the head. When the heart is ungoverned by reason, charlatans have powerful tools to deceive.
That's kind of what Liliana was saying. How, like, the Maker, you want to feel special by the Maker looking down, like, on you out of everybody else. Okay, well, yeah, balancing faith and reason is difficult.
And often close to heretical. But I believe that the truth only increases the awe of the Maker and his prophet, not demean it. Even false symbols have the power to inspire, but it seems every year we fall more out of touch with the real Andraste.
Will the real Andraste please stand up? Okay, do you think that the Urn of Sacred Ashes is real?
Certainly. My research indicates that all of the ashes were gathered into a pot or urn, but it's been lost for centuries. That doesn't stop hawkers from selling pinches of the ashes of Andraste to gullible pilgrims. The real ashes may still be hidden somewhere, though it's possible the urn broke.
Why do they call them hawkers? I wish I could ask her that. Maybe because they scavenge? I don't know. How many real relics have you found?
Well, there's one that might be real. I couldn't prove it wasn't. Perhaps you can understand my skepticism. So many claims, so few truths.
Okay, I've gotta go. Bye.
Of course, enjoy your visit to the chantry.
Thanks. She seems friendly.
Magic exists to serve.
Oh. Wait, where are you going? Oh, he found a kid. Look at that little butt wag. Oh my god.
Hey,
Yeah, that's me. Okay. If he comes with us, he's gonna have to fight. Yeah, he's too young. That's my point. Oh my god. That's a cute cutscene, huh?
No rest in this world or beyond.
Just something fun. Is there anything? No? Who are you? Mage's Collective License.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet.
Oh boy.
I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the chantry.
Okay, tell me more.
The Collective is a self-policing guild of mages who simply want to be left alone. We mean no offense to the Chantry, but we would rather live on our own terms. Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet.
Okay. I'll take a look at these requests.
Thank you, my friend. We have agents in every major settlement to reward you for work done on behalf of the Collective. Make us smile upon you.
Do you think he stabs himself in the forehead with his hat all the time? I would. Let's see what's in the bag. Oh, blood warning. While they tend to be careful and judicious in their use of force, the Templars do indeed make mistakes. I understand that several relatives of our friends among the Collective will soon become targets of the Chantry, and while I trust that this will not lead to lasting harm for those innocents, I wish to ensure that those targeted are fairly warned and evacuated before the Chantry can send its message. I ask that a noble soul take the bundle of vials, attach it to the submissive, and find the 4 homes the Chantry is likely to target in Denerim. Mark the front door of each home with a goat's blood from the vials. Those relatives will understand the message and evacuate before the Chantry can threaten them. Okay. That seems pretty obvious, though. Like, just making an entire mural on the door with blood. Don't mind me, guys. Just painting on the streets with some blood here. Have you seen me? The Collective is saddened at the absence of the great mage Reynold. Our friend has not been seen in quite some time, and our gatherings are the lesser for the loss of his tales of ribald exploits and the aroma of his delicious, twice-baked meat pies. Reynold was last seen traveling in the direction of the Brazilian forest. Oh, how he did so love the outdoors. Anyone who returns with evidence of the whereabouts of the beloved mage Reynold will be rewarded. And the scrolls of Bannister. In times such as these, one must suspect even his neighbor of the darkest dealings, lest they cast a shadow upon those who labor under the light. I, who Busto, have heard the tale of a cabal, have heard tell of a, I want to say cabal from Destiny, I don't know if that's right or not, of Maleficarum performing rituals in the dark near my sanctum, and I certainly wish to see them brought to justice for their dark deeds. I hesitate, however, to accuse them of foul sorcery without a full understanding of the trappings, ritual, and appearance of the dark magic requires. The writings of the hated Maleficarum Bannister should be suitable. Should a courier be available to procure me copies of the Scrolls of Bannister, I would be appropriately grateful. Okie dokie. Sounds like a plan to me. So I gotta find some doors, huh?
I recognize you.
Oh my goodness.
From Ostagar. Andraste's blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice.
You don't know me.
Killed my friend. And good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction, sir.
I did no such thing. Oh my god, okay, me, a Grey Warden? I'll lower your voice or else I'm not gonna do that. Satisfaction.
An uncommon traitor deserves no common death. We will meet on the field of honor, and my blade shall see justice done. Meet me in the back alley behind the Nod Noble Tavern. There we will duel.
I didn't... His charges are false, yo.
You would compound slander on top of treason. You dare smear Terran Logain's word.
Why would the Wardens help Darkspawn?
I do not like your tone, sir. But you may be right. I may regret this, but I cannot duel someone who may be guiltless. Leave, Warden. If I find proof, we will meet again.
I didn't do shit, bud. Punk ass, get out of here. Okay. The Mages Collective. Despite the Loyalists' grasp on the Mages political community, many Libertarians and Equitarians, Jesus, have begun to see eye to eye with respect to the Chantry's role in Mages' daily life. A growing number of mages, particularly those whose magic never strays from the Maker's mandate, feel that the Chantry's constant oversight is a burden upon their creativity and their very will, and one that hinders their ability to do their work. These mages, along with a number of hedge wizards who work their arts outside the Chantry's influence, have formed a shadow guild of sorts, a mages collective, wherein members can submit requests and have them seen to without judgment. This collective manages to work in relative secrecy, their members discreet and their clients anonymous. As of yet, this collective has seen no sanction from the Templars, and there has been no sign that its members are practicing magic of which the Maker would not approve. Still, practicing magic outside the influence of the Chantry is a dream for some and a dangerous notion for others, and many believe that it is only a matter of time before the veil of secrecy is lifted and the Mages Collective is brought to swift and brutal justice. Okay. Where am I? You took me all the way over here? Where was I? Oh god. Whatever. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, it was over there. That's where I was. Aha ha ha. Hooded courier. Who did?
Leave me to my business.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, crate. A frost struck. Okay. What is this? All or nothing, huh? Okay. There's somebody over around the corner that I could talk to. A city guard.
I've my eye on you.
I've my eye on you.
You here?
Oh,
to report
Sergeant
another
Kylan.
crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden?
He's the one that wants me to fight the people in the alley, right? How do you know who I am?
Your likeness was passed around to the senior guardsman at the palace. I must say, the sketch didn't do you much justice. Don't worry, even if I believed the official story of what happened at Ostagar, I'm no fool. If I asked my men to apprehend you, they'd all run and cry big sobby tears in their courtesans' bosoms and leave me all alone to be skewered. Don't disturb the peace in the market, and that's well enough for me.
He kind of looks like Shrek. And Shrek the Third. Is it the second one? I think it's the second one, actually, where he turns into a human. Do you need help?
What? You're serious?
That's all I can
Yes,
see now.
yes, I
Is
could use
Shrek.
help. I've got a pretty popular establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get, maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a guard is actually dangerous.
Yep, that's true. What do you need me to do?
The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl. Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy.
Okay, sign me up.
Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting.
Happy hunting. Okay, will do. What's this? Way's Emporium. Is this the fancy mustache boy? The fancy mustache. Hi.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to Wade's Emporium.
Hi.
We have the finest armors in Denerim, maybe in all of Ferelden. How may we assist you?
Hi. Tell me about Wade.
You're obviously not from around here. Wade is possibly the most brilliant armorsmith in all of Ferelden.
That's not true, Herin. The dwarves of Orzammar make the finest armors around. These piles of rust droppings you forced me to make are worthless compared to their work. You never let me have the time, the materials to make something special.
Oh.
Customers expect their armor in a timely fashion, not years late like the last time.
That happened once, just once, and you never let it drop.
Are they a couple? I ship it. Okay. Who's in charge?
I am.
I am.
Wade owns the Emporium, but without expert assistance and, well, prodding, let's just say the Emporium has improved substantially with our partnership.
But I do miss the good old days. I could really take my time to make quality.
Oh, by all means, you can return to them. And to the gruel you used to fancy.
No. Sorry, Herin.
Great. Well, let's see what we have for sale.
Certainly.
Do you have a store storage thingy ding? Nothing, huh? Okay, well I can get rid of this stuff, huh? Get rid of things I will never use. I don't think I need any of this stuff. Okay. Oh, a chest. Can I open it? Yes. Oh, a love letter. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, adding on. When we last embraced, one noticed the redolence of another's company, but one was unmindful. Is that it? Okay. So is this all between the same people, the same correspondence? Is it Master Wade? It's not,
Corinne,
right?
the bloody customers are bothering me again. What do I pay you for, anyhow?
Sorry.
Oh.
Wade is a genius. Truly, you will be astonished by his work. But he doesn't deal with customers. If you need anything, please ask me.
Oh.
And tell her I don't want her looking over my shoulders making doe eyes at me either. I'm thinking, blast it all.
Truly sorry, sire.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get him in trouble. Alright, bye. Okay, let's go to, Oh, do you see anything interesting? Not a child, though. He seems to have found a piece of wood carved with curious symbols. Dirt still clings to it, and it looks very old. You don't know what it is, but it looks like it could be used as some kind of weapon. What did I get? What did I get? Oh! A piece of wood. Okay. Morgan, maybe. Nah, the one I have is better. Of course it is. Okay. We're gonna go back to those doors because I'm pretty sure that I can mark those doors over there that I was saying before, right? Off to paint some doors with blood. Oh, wait. No. Nothing? Nothing. Interesting. Oh, there we go. I had the wrong door. Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, let's loop.
As there is but one world,
Let's loop around, see if we can find some more doors. I don't think so, but... Ugh. I'm playing so many different games, so then transitioning back from using a remote control is so hard.
Thank the Maker, my brother and his family made it out of Lothering. He said that the Darkspawn attacked it the very next
Oh. That's a poster that doesn't do me justice. Don't believe the lies. Friends of the Grey Wardens assemble. The hidden pearl holds the key to resistance. The griffins will rise again. The griffins will rise again. Isn't that like a passcode or something that I have to say? Let's go over to this part. Oh, I don't want to go there yet. That's Brother Genetivi's home, though. This is a warehouse. Let's get the barrel. And then we will go into the warehouse and see what's in there. But I'm gonna save. Because it's been a while. Did a lot of dialogue, so I don't want to die like this. Okay, well, let's just get all the treasure we can from this room. I know that I come in here again. So if I miss anything, then I can come back. But I don't remember when I come in here. Get a bunch of stuff though. Cool.
And I'm off.
Okay, let's go to Brother Genetivi's house. Oh wait, no, let's go there first. Actually, whoa.
What do you need?
Stop. Hold on. Chill. Nothing, huh? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, let's go in there. This is like a maid shop. I love it. How beautiful. How beautiful. Denerim. Okay. When anyone in Ferelden speaks of going to the city, they inevitably mean Denerim. There is no other place in the kingdom which rivals it, not in size, population, wealth, or importance. It's the seat of the Theron family, the capital of Ferelden, the largest seaport, and, by ancient tradition, the meeting place of the Landsmeet. As well, Denerim was the birthplace of Andraste, one of them anyway, as several other sites claim to have been the prophet's early home, including Jader and Orlais. The Chantry takes no stance on which site's claim is valid, but it's well known that Andraste was Ferelden by birth. When visiting the pilgrimage site in Denerim, it's inadvisable to mention Jadar at all. The city rests at the foot of the Dragon's Peak, a solitary mountain scarred by ancient lava flows. During Andraste's lifetime, it reputably filled the sky with a great column of black ash and sent burning rock raining down as far away as the Free Marches, but it's now considered extinct. Some believe it merely sleeps and will again darken the sky with ash and fire when the last Ferelden king dies, but this is highly unlikely. Interesting story. Oh, what is that? Yuck. Okay. Hi. Always had me a thing for some bald elven men. Bald elven men. Well, that's a pretty crystal, huh? I went to TJ Maxx the other day with my mother, and I saw a huge crystal on a shelf. And what was I able to touch here? Anyway, it was huge. It was like probably like 3.5 feet tall. It was like $300. That's absurd. Okay, sorry. The Aonar. When the Imperium occupied the area that's present-day Ferelden, they had 2 sites dedicated to magical experimentation at the extreme ends of the Imperial Highway. The southern one was the Fortress of Ostagar, which looked out over the Kakari Wilds. The northern one was Anar, although the exact location is now a secret known only to a handful of Templars. Whatever it was the Tevinter were trying to discover at Anar, their work was never completed. The fortress was overrun by disciples of Andraste upon hearing the news of her death. According to legend, it was a massacre, eerily silent, for the invaders caught the mages while all but one of them were in the Fade. The site was left structurally sound but spiritually damaged. Because of this, the Chantry chose to put it to use as a prison. Accused Maleficarum and apostates are held in the confines of Arnar. Those who have powerful connection to the Fade, and particularly to demons, will inevitably attract something across the veil, making the guilty somewhat easier to tell from the innocent. Convenient. Anything here?
Where do you think they get all this stuff? You think they, have any miniature golem dolls?
Oh no! Don't be one of those. Okay. The History of the Chantry, Chapter 4. The crowds present at the death of Andraste were right to feel despair. It's believed that the prophet's execution angered the Maker, and he turned his back on humanity once more, leaving the people of Thedas to suffer in the dark. In these dark times, mankind scrambled for light, any light. Some found comfort in demonic cults that promised power and riches in return for worship. Others prayed to the old gods for forgiveness, begging the great dragons to return to the world. Still, others fell so low as to worship the Darkspawn, forming vile cults dedicated to the exaltation of evil in its purest form. It's said that the world wept as its people begged for a savior who would not come. Andraste's followers, however, did not abandon her teachings when she died. The cult of Andraste rescued her sacred ashes from the courtyard in Marathas after execution, stealing away to a secret temple. The location of the temple has been long lost, but the ashes of Andraste served as a symbol of the enduring nature of faith in the Maker, that humanity could earn the Maker's forgiveness despite its grievous insult to him. With time, the cult of Andraste spread and grew, and the chant of light took form. Sing this chant in the four corners of Thetis, it was said, and the world would gain the Maker's attention at last. As the chant of light spread, the cult of Andraste became known as the Andrastian Chantry. Oh, okay. Those who converted to the Chantry's beliefs found that their mission to spread Andraste's word. There are many converts, including powerful people in the Imperium and in the city-states of what is now Orlais. Such was the power of the Maker's word that the young King Draken undertook a series of exalted marches meant to unite the city-states and create an empire solely dedicated to the Maker's will. The Orlesian Empire became the seat of the Chantry's power, the Grand Cathedral in Val Royeaux the source of movement that birthed the organized Chantry as we know it today. Draken, by then Emperor Draken I, created the Circle of Magi, the Order of the Templars, and the Holy Office of the Divine. Many within the Chantry revere him as nearly equal with Andraste herself. The modern Chantry is a thing of faith and beauty, but it's also a house of necessity, protecting Thetis from powerful forces that would do harm. Where the Grey Wardens protect the world from the Blights, the Chantry protects mankind from itself. Most of all, the Chantry works to earn the Maker's forgiveness, so that one day he will return and transform the world into the paradise it was always meant to be. Seems like a lot of wishful thinking. Okay, nothing here. Let's go down there. Please and thank you. Oh. Is that one more? Okay, one more. Okay. And the geography of Thetis. Thetis is bounded to the east by the Erathrian Ocean, to the west by the Tiresian Forest and the Hunterhorn Mountains, to the south by the snowy wastes that lie beyond the Orkney Mountains, and the north by the Donark Forest. The word Thetis is Tevinter origin, originally used to refer to lands that bordered the Imperium. As the Imperium lost its stranglehold on conquered nations, more and more lands became Thetis until finally people applied the name to the entire continent. The northern part of Thetis is divided amongst the Anderfels, the Tevinter Imperium, Antiva, and Ravane, with the islands held by the Canary just off the coast. Central Thetis consists of the free marches, Navarra, and Orlais, with Ferelden to the south. What lies beyond the snowy wastes is a mystery. The freezing temperatures and barren land have kept even the most intrepid cartographers at bay. Similarly, the western reaches of the Anderfels have never been fully explored, even by the Anders themselves. We do not know if the dry steeps are shadowed by mountains or if they extend all the way to a nameless sea. There must be other lands, continents, or islands, perhaps across the Amarathian or north of Parvolen, for the Canary arrived in Thetis from somewhere, but beyond that deduction we know nothing. Oh, that was by Brother Genitivi. Speaking of which, we're gonna go visit that baby bag bitch and see what is up. Anything for me to click on here? Anything for me to click on? Anything from the trolley? I forgot to check with the merchant. That's okay. It's fine. Let's go. Hi, don't mean to interrupt your little powwow sesh there, guys. Let's go there. Alright, well, I'm gonna pretend, like I know nothing. Hi, Waylon?
Yes? What are you doing here?
I'm sorry, I must be in the wrong house.
Ah, I see. Then I'm sure you will be on your way presently.
Out of curiosity, who are you?
My name is Waylon. I'm the assistant of the scholar Brother Genitivi. This is his house.
Oh. Who's Brother
He's an
Genitivi?
eminent scholar and researcher who serves the Great Chantry. When you first came in, I was hoping that you had news of Brother Genitivi. Wishful thinking, it seems.
News, what are you waiting for?
I haven't seen Brother Genitivi in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. Genitivi was on the trail of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I fear he has gotten too close to the truth.
Have you tried searching?
Personally, no. He told me to stay here, that he would be back very soon. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genitivi, and they too have disappeared.
I'll succeed where they failed. Probably not. He was close to finding the urn. I should help him.
No, don't ask me where they went. You'll go after them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
I'm willing to risk it. Yeah, tell me where he went.
So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Calenhard, investigating something in that area.
What was he investigating?
I don't know. All I discovered from going through his research was that he was staying at the inn.
So you just discovered it through his research. Yeah, but you said that he spoke to you.
Yes, of course he told me, but I also went through his things to see if I could find other clues to his whereabouts.
You sound nervous. Are you hiding something?
That's not true. I told you everything I know.
Oh.
Brother Genitivi told me about the inn, and that's all.
Who's us?
Us? I mean me. There is no us. Bah! Why do I keep up this charade? I gave you a chance to turn aside and forget you ever heard of Genitivi and the urn. But you persisted.
But
now it has come
you
to
persisted.
This. And Droste, forgive me, I do this in your name.
Who are you? Broski? I have no idea. Oh my god. Just blasted my ass to the floor, dude. We are going to actually freeze Alistair for a minute.
Very well.
Oh, god damn. And we're gonna just dip it the Yeah, that did go well. That went okay. What the hell was that about? Characters. Okay, Brother Genitivi. As is the duty of all true sons of the Chantry to make the chant heard from every corner of the world, I made it my mission to find as many corners of the world as possible. The Maker can hardly expect us to do one without the other. Okay, that's very smart. Yeah, sure. Brother Genitivi is one of the Chantry's most well-known scholars, primarily on the basis of the stories he's published, which many of his contemporaries dismiss as fanciful, of his travels across the length and breadth of Thetis. His travels, in rather too curious nature, led him to a study of folklore, which gave him the notion that he could track down the most debated of all artifacts, the Urn of Sacred Ashes. He announced that he had found what appeared to be the trail of the urn, left in the legends of regions through which it had passed from Minrathous on its way into hiding. Cool. And then the betrayal of Andraste. It's said that the Battle of Valerian Fields, Mapharoth stood and looked out over his armies. He'd conquered the southern reaches of the greatest empire the world had ever known and built splintered barbarian clans into a force to be feared. With pride in his heart, he turned to congratulate his men and found that they had turned from him. Mapharoth fell to the evil of jealousy. After all he had done, his wife was one to receive all the glory. He saw his wife's power and influence and tired of his place as second husband below the Maker. His heart swelled with fury. If he had conquered just to have his wife wrestled from him by a forgotten god and a legion of faith-hungry rabble, then perhaps this war was not worth the trouble. Here, history and the chant of light come apart. History tells us that Mathroth looked north into the Central Imperium and saw nothing but more war against a rapidly regrouping army, and he despaired. The chant of light holds that Mathroth chafed with jealousy of the Maker and jealousy of the glory that Andraste received, although it was he who led the armies. Mathroth traveled to the imperial capital of Minrathous to speak with the Archon Hessarian. There he offered his wife to the Imperium in return for a truce that would end hostilities once and for all. The Archon, eager to put down the voice of the prophet that stirred his own people against him, agreed. Mathroth led Andraste into an ambush where she was captured by Imperial agents, putting an end to her exultant march. Crowds of loyalists stood in the central square of Minrathous to watch Andraste's execution. By command of the Archon, she was burned at the stake in the Imperium, and what the Imperium believed to be the most painful punishment imaginable. According to the Chantry, however, Andraste was instead purified and made whole by the flames, ascending to life at her Maker's side. By all accounts, there was only silence when they expected screams. At the sight of the prophet burning, the crowds were filled with a profound guilt, as if they had participated in a great blasphemy. So moving was the moment the Archon himself drew a sword and thrust it into the prophet's heart in eager torment, and leaving those assembled to consider the weight of what they had seen. Whereas the execution of Andraste was meant to be a symbol of defeat for the faith of the Maker, in truth it all but sealed the fate of worship in the old gods and paved the way for the spread of the Maker's chant. What's in this room? Some secrets? Some bodies, perhaps? Oh, there he is, a corpse. Body of the real Waylon. So what happened to the actual Waylon? Like, why did that guy kill him? You know? Oh, another book. Chantry hierarchy. The Divine is the titular head of the Chantry. Although, since the schism split the Imperial Chantry into its own faction, there are now, in fact, 2 Divines at any one time. One Divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral of Val Royeaux. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the Argent Spire in Minrathous. Neither Divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered... I can't even pronounce that today. I'm so sorry, I'm skipping that. No matter the gender, a Divine is addressed as Most Holy or Your Perfection. Beneath the rank of the Divine is the Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for their region. They travel to Val Royeaux when the College of Clerics convenes, but otherwise remain where they're assigned. All Grand Clerics are addressed as Your Grace. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the Mother, or in the Imperial Chantry, the Father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, revered is appended for her title. These are the priests responsible for administering to the spiritual well-being of their flock. A mother or a revered mother is addressed as Your Reverence. Brothers and sisters form the rank and file of the chantry and consist of 3 main groups: affirmed, initiates, and clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the chantry, those regular folk who have turned to the chantry for succor. Often they're the people who have led a difficult or irreligious life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunates who are raised into the chantry life. The affirmed take care of the chantry and are in turn afforded a life of quiet contemplation, no questions asked. Only those folk who take vows become initiates. These are men and women in training, whether in the academic knowledge or the martial skills of a warrior. All initiates receive an academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the chantry, those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They're often found in chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of the clerics placed in charge of such archives are given the title elder, although such a rank is still beneath that of a mother. All the other brothers and sisters are addressed simply by noting their title before the name, such as Brother Genitivi. Okay. Oh, don't close the door. Can I loot his body? Or I already did. Nothing, huh?
Oh, right.
Dragon cults. What are those? Okay, last codex, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make my way to the tavern. So, let us suggest for a moment that a high dragon is simply an animal. A cunning animal, to be sure, but in possession of no true self-awareness or sentience. There has not, after all, been a single recorded case of a dragon attempting to communicate or performing any act that cannot likewise be attributed to a clever beast. How then does one explain the existence of so-called dragon cults throughout history? One dragon cult might be explainable, especially in the light of the reverence of the old gods in the ancient Inventor Imperium. In the wake of the First Flight, many desperate imperial citizens turned to the worship of real dragons to replace old gods who failed them. A dragon, after all, was a god figure that they could see. It was there, as real as the archdemon itself, and, as evidence makes clear, did offer a degree of protection to its cultists. Other dragon cults could be explained in light of the first. Some cult members might have survived and spread the word. The worship of the old gods was as widespread as the Imperium itself. Certainly such secrets could have been made their way into many hands. But there have been reports of dragon cults, even in places where the Imperium had never touched, among folks who had never heard of the old gods or had any reason to. How does one explain them? Members of a dragon cult live in the same lair as a high dragon, nurturing and protecting its defenseless young. In exchange, the high dragon seemed to permit those cultists to kill a small number of those young in order to feast on dragonic blood. Ew. That's so gross. The blood is said to have a number of strange long-term effects, including bestowing greater strength and endurance, as well as increased desire to kill. It may breed insanity as well. Navarran dragon hunters have said that these cultists are incredibly powerful opponents. The changes in the cultists are a form of blood magic, surely, but how did the symbiotic relationship between the cult and the high dragon form in the first place? How did they know to drink the dragon's blood? How did the high dragon convince them to care for its young, or know that they would? There is more to draconic intelligence than we have heretofore guessed at. No member of a dragon cult has ever been taken alive, and what accounts exist from the days of the Navarran hunters record only mad rants and impossible tales of godhood. With dragons only recently appearing, and being incredibly rare still, we may never know the truth, but the question remains. It's a lot of background information for that quest, though, with Brother Genitivi. Yes. Bum, bum, bum. This is my first playthrough where I'm actually reading the codex, which is fascinating to me. How much I'm learning. Oh, I should have saved after him, huh? Let's stop here for today because I've been recording for about an hour. I'm gonna create a new save actually. And the next time that we play, we will pick up from the tavern. I think that there's like a rambunctious group of people in here that I have to fight. And then maybe we can go be the Batman of the alleys. I really want to meet Zevran, so that's what I'm going to aim for next time. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one.